Hi, this is Grade 10 CAT by Claire's Cat, and today we're doing Module 2.4 Electronic Communication. So, e-communication just means all forms of electronic communication using devices like cell phones, computers, and so on. When you send an email, the way that it travels is the following. You type in the recipient's address. You then hit enter to send it, and the message goes to the email server in your internet service provider. It then travels to the email server at the other person, your recipient's internet service provider, and the message is held there until the recipient downloads it. An email address consists of the following. There's the username, then at the service provider, it could be a company's name, and so on. And then the type of organization. It's similar to what we studied with the names of organizations in websites, and then the geographical location. So you would have an address book, and your email addresses get stored. Usually you would add them manually, or you could add them, they may get added automatically. Every time you write an email to somebody, the new email address automatically gets stored in your contact list. Or you could import all your contacts from another application or an email system. And you can also sometimes add other details like phone numbers. And then you have your mailing list, you can create mailing lists. If you often email a lot of people at the same time, then you might put them grouped together under a single name. So using email practically, you would compose, and compose means to create a new message. There's the to field, that's the person it's addressed to. The CC is when you want to copy the email to somebody else, and BCC stands for blind copy, meaning that you're sending them a copy, but the person to whom the email is addressed can't see that you've also copied the email to someone else. And then there's the subject field, which is important to fill in, just giving people an overall topic or title. And then that's where you write your whole message at the bottom. And then you would click on send, and your message goes. When you want to reply to a message, you click on the reply button, and the to field automatically gets filled in. And then in front of the subject field, the word RE colon gets automatically added. If you want to reply to all of the people that were in the CC fields, the people that were copied in on the email as well, you will click reply all, and that will send it to all the addresses it was initially sent to. And usually the original message is visible, and you will type your reply above it, and it's good practice to leave the original message in. So when you want to forward a message, remember not to forward chain letters or hoaxes. Even though they make all sorts of threats, if you don't do it, this will happen to you, don't do it. You would click on the forward button, and FW colon automatically gets added to the subject field. It is good practice to delete unnecessary addresses for people who have already received the message before you forward it. If you want to add attachments, those are things like photos or documents. Email does allow you to do that, but sometimes some email services may not allow you to add .exe files because they may contain a virus. And sometimes there's a limit as to how big your attachment may be. In Gmail, it's 25 megabytes, and the maximum size will differ from one organization to another. So to click to attach a file, you will click on the little attach file, which looks like a little paper clip. and then a box will appear and you'll find the file and then you click send. And to open an attachment, you have to open the message, and usually there's an icon with the name of the file, and then you can save it onto your computer, but be careful not to open attachments in message from people that you don't trust, because they may contain a virus. There are many other modes of communication. Social networking sites are a way of communicating, and they are interactive. You can have individuals as well as organizations using them. You can do the things you can do are things like liking, disliking. You can add photographs or activities or comments, and the people that see your posts, friends and interested parties, can read, and then they can respond to what you've put onto the social networking site. There's also instant messaging and chat applications. These occur in real time, whereas in email it gets stored somewhere until the person opens it. Instant messaging is instant. And many social networking sites also offer instant messaging. Think of Facebook Messenger. There's also a web blog, which is called a blog for short. And this is a website that is updated regularly with news and events. It reads like a journal. The most recent entry is at the top. And it's not just personal. Some businesses use them, citizen journals use them, and so on. Now, Netiquette is the etiquette that must be used on networking or social networking. And there are a few rules. Please use good manners and show respect. And think before you post. Think, would I be happy if this were placed on a public poster? Would I be happy for my parents or teacher to see this? Is this the kind of information that reflects who I am? And would I be happy for a prospective employer to see my site? Remember that it never goes away. With emailing, make sure your message is clear and error-free. Don't use only capital letters. It's considered rude. If you attach a file, it must be virus-free and never be insulting. If you want to tease someone, remember they can't see you smiling and they can't see what you look like when you give them the message. So put a bit of an emoticon there or an emoji to show them you're just teasing. A few more rules. You do not use emoticons and emojis in formal letters or business letters, emails, only in informal correspondence. Don't pass on chain mail, hoaxes, or spam. And if there's a large attachment, first contact the recipient and agree on a suitable method. And be careful of passing on personal information via email. And that's all for today. Goodbye from Claire's cat.